Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us for Access City Council. I'm your host, City of Las Vegas Communications Director David Riggleman. Coming up on this show, find out what's in store for Symphony Park, including more upscale apartment complexes, and a special program aims at informing residents when to call 911 versus 311. Here to discuss these topics and much more is the councilman who represents Ward 5. You know who it is, Mr. Cedric Creer. Welcome back.
Hello, Mr. Riggleman.
How are you?
It's
6
great.
weeks goes by fast, doesn't it?
It goes by very
You were
fast.
just here.
Yeah, but it's great to see because it gives us a recap every 6 weeks of what's going on. And it's hard to believe we do so many things in such a short period of time, but it's a lot of fun.
Same thing. This show is packed today with all the things going on and that will be coming up.
Yes.
We want to tell everybody about.
Yeah, a lot of great things on the agenda for the show. We have so many things to talk about, what we've done, where we're going. So
here we are.
Should be a great show.
So we're going to show everybody where Ward 5 is. Now, you know this place well. You grew up there. You live there still, of course. So we'll show you on the map. If you live in this area of town or work in this area of town, then of course you're in the city limits of the city of Las Vegas. There it is with the big 5 on it. And of course, if you're a resident there, if that's home for you, then you're represented on the city council by Mr. Cedric Creer.
Yep, and it's good to note that with the census, we have expanded going out to Lone Mountain and Rancho areas. So if you live in those areas, then please reach out to us if you have some concerns about what's going on in your community.
The boundaries shifted a little bit, kind of moved west and north because you have to have about the same number of people in every ward, and to make that happen, we had to shift the boundaries.
Yeah, look at ethnic background makeup and number of people and try to get as close as possible to balance out the wards. And so we have taken on a little more. So and we're happy to have you.
But you still have the historic downtown.
Yes.
You got that whole area, historic west side.
Historic west side, Cashman Field.
And of course you have the famous Symphony Park.
Symphony Park, God.
the jewel in the desert.
Yeah, you know, I remember Symphony Park when it was just barren land and railroad tracks, railroad yard, growing up the whole time. Never would I have imagined what a burgeoning and blossoming community it has become. Oscar Goodman, once again, his vision. You know, it shows you what a strong vision and a strong will to make something happen happens. And he had it. And it's a prime example, and it's only going to get better.
And case in point, you posted this on Facebook. You said, always great to talk about all things Symphony Park in downtown Las Vegas. Now, a lot of great events recently since you've been on the show. This was the Urban Land Institute conference that took place, or convention took place here in Las Vegas, right, Councilman?
Yeah, it was. And we got a group of individuals to find out what's going on in Symphony Park. We met at the Oric, went over to Parkhaven, and just sort of talked about what's going on in downtown and in Symphony Park. We have so many things happening. Vegas Vix is going to be opening pretty soon. Restaurant, bar, which is going to be fantastic with the Loudons. We have another set of apartments coming through, which are going to be, you know, up to 21 stories high with Southern Land. You know, it's just a burgeoning place. Symphony Park and the Smith Center is back open. Great shows. I saw a show there a couple weeks ago that was just fantastic. And Judith Hill, she was awesome over in Myron's. You know, the World Market Center's programming again and getting going, and the Ruvo Institute. Symphony Park is just,
What we saw there, the last shots you saw, that was from an arts festival.
It was our first art festival, and the goal is to start programming more within the park. I have to thank Myron Martin with the Smith Center for allowing us to incorporate the park, because the park there is operated by the Smith Center.
And it's perfect venue, though.
Perfect venue, graciously allowed us to come in. We had tents and vendors, had stage, we had music playing from Frank Marino. We had food trucks. People brought their families out. It was another beautiful, beautiful day.
Good weather, not too much wind that day. It was
not
calm.
too much wind. It was sort of breezy. I have to thank Allie Haynes-Hamlin, who works in our
Cultural
Affairs Department, who runs that, who really worked together and organized this whole thing, and our team did a great job, as always.
It was a beautiful event, and more of that coming. You know, Symphony Park is it used to be a lot of vacant land, not so much anymore. It's filling up with good stuff.
Not so much. And so our goal, this is the first annual. We'll continue to do it, and we'll build up on it. We had a great turnout, but next year will be even better.
Exactly. It's graduation time, needless to say. I want to say a shout out to you, your daughter Kennedy's graduated.
Kennedy graduated. Congratulations,
going off to Penn
Kennedy.
State.
Penn State in Pennsylvania State College, AKA Happy Valley. And there's something that they put in the water there, because everybody who goes and everybody who has gone loves Penn State. It's an amazing campus.
So I've heard.
Yeah, it's an amazing campus, big football school and sports school, so she is going to enjoy it. I know she's going to do fantastic. So congratulations, Kennedy. We are very proud of her.
Yeah, exactly. Hear, hear. And your wife, Kiba, is ecstatic too, and deservedly so. Now, you also have been on the graduation circuit. You spoke at Roseman University. You were the keynote speaker.
How about that? They asked me to be the keynote speaker. I thought they made a mistake, so I had to go back and reiterate, is this Cedric Career? Right, yeah. This one? And they said, yes, we would love to have you. And I tell you, it was so rewarding for me to be able to be the keynote speaker. As a person that was on the Board of Regents for Nevada System of Education for almost 12 years, been to a number of graduation, have spoken, given remarks on behalf of the Regents, but never the keynote speaker. And to see the students who were getting their degrees in health sciences was just very, very...
so what was your message, Councilman?
So my message was about the journey. And people I've always said this, people normally look at the finish line of success. They'll say, well, look what David Riggleman's doing. Look at him. He's in charge of communication for the city. But they don't know your journey. They don't know that you have been working in the communications field for a long time. Many years. That when you came to Vegas, I first knew you when you came to Vegas, and they probably sent you on a 115-degree day to go stand on the corner of Swenson and to report. And you didn't just walk into this position.
Covered the PepCon explosion.
Yes, covered the PepCon explosion. That's exactly right. And so it's about the journey, and it's about the people's journey when they have gotten to this point in their life, right? And many of those people, graduates, have gone through something. We have all gone through something. We've made a lot of mistakes, and we've learned from those mistakes, and we've moved forward. So it's not about necessarily the success, but the journey, and to understand the journey, appreciate the journey, and to recognize it, so that allow you to be better as you move forward.
It's one of those keynote addresses that people will actually remember.
Well, I think a lot of it because I think every single person can relate. Everybody's got a journey.
Exactly.
And so it was great. And I just sort of went through my journey of how I became the person I am, and I'm still on a journey.
Aren't we all?
We all are still on a journey.
Exactly. Right. Well, you're spreading the love, not just for Roseman, but over at UNLV as well. You posted this on Facebook. You said, always great to be back on campus of UNLV at the annual Nevada System of Higher Education Distinguished Nevadan Luncheon, of which my parents were honored to receive in 2018. Congratulations to all the new inductees into this group of very distinguished individuals. Now, there you are with the president of the university.
And Dr. Fred Tredup, who's the chief of staff for the president, and I was there representing my parents and my family. The highest honor the Nevada System of Higher Education gives out from the Board of Regents is the Distinguished Nevadan Award. And the list is just long of distinguished individuals who have done great things throughout our state. They give it out in the north and they give it out in the south. My parents were blessed to receive it. And so I am just overwhelmed to be able to go there and represent my parents on for this amazing award that they've given us.
They're also, we should say, they were in the inaugural class of inductees at Legacy Park.
They are.
We're going to talk about that.
Yeah. You know, and as you look back, I am living off of their hard work and their shoulders and their commitment to community. You know, they were people who literally loved our community.
Yes, they did.
And they really put the community at the forefront, more so than, you know, making money or doing different things. My parents really did a lot for the community, and
I'd like to think that love of the community, I think, onto their kids too. So.
Yeah, you know, the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree.
Right.
And so I am just blessed to continue to live their legacy. I wish they were alive to see the work that we're doing over the historical side and see the work that we're doing in our community to really push it forward into the community that it needs to be and the community of the future.
Yeah, well, their legacy lives on through you and your siblings.
Yeah, so. I'm blessed. It's a good breakfast. It was a good lunch.
Good. I'm glad you were there representing your family. And Councilman, you know, we love art. Art is good.
Yes.
And so we got some, and people probably noticed this around town, those amp boxes for the signal controls or sometimes for the electrical controls in different areas. They're out in the public areas. There's generally a big white box. Well, we've got a program where we're fixing them up and jazzing them up a little bit.
Yeah, and once again, thank you, Allie, over in Cultural Affairs, for putting this program together. The city, and it's not just in Ward 5, but the city has a lot of resources to go out and paint
everywhere,
and create wonderful art pieces into those some stagnant white amp boxes out of there. So it's really beautiful to see these around.
You get the idea of what we're talking about here. I mean, these big white boxes, obviously they're for utilities and they're important. We need to have them there to make sure that, for example, things like the traffic signals work properly. But it's been great to see all around town. And the creative aspects, some of the things I've seen, I mean, these are just white boxes.
Yeah.
But people have come up with some really great ideas of how to make them look nicer in the neighborhoods.
Yeah, and then it gives an opportunity for local artists to express their artistic talents as well. And I'm sure those artists that are painting those boxes, when somebody comes in town, let me take you over and look at what I've done in my community. Our family comes over, they can take pride in the work that they've done. So, and like I said, it's not just in Ward 5, it's throughout other wards. And just a great idea, great concept, beautiful art. It's a win-win for everybody.
On my way into work every day, past one that looks like a stained glass window at a church.
Ah,
very nice,
Yeah.
So it's very good stuff.
It's actually worth, hopefully we can get it on our website where we can do sort of a chart of a path maybe that people can go and take a look at different ones.
Good idea. We could, a little
yeah,
tour
you know what I mean? A little tour of all of our amp boxes. So, because it would be pretty cool to kind of, you drive through them and you see it, but if we had sort of a trail that you can go and look at the different ones, that might be kind of cool too.
Great idea. Great idea. Let's do that.
Yeah, sometimes I come up with a good one.
Look at you.
Every so often.
And speaking of great ideas that linger a long time, the Las Vegas Days Parade, you posted this on Facebook. You said, great morning at the Las Vegas Days, formerly Eldorado for us longtime Las Vegans Parade. Beautiful day for a beautiful venue. It used to be the Eldorado Parade, but now it's the Las Vegas Days Parade. But still, every bit as fun. And that clown car.
Yeah, from the fire.
They're an institution.
They are.
Now, you and Councilwoman Diaz were out there. The mayor was out there.
Yeah, Mayor Goodman was there. Carolyn Goodman, Mayor Oscar Goodman was there, and they're in their cowboy hats. And for, like I said, for those that have been around for a long time, it's
part of the fabric.
It's part of the fabric of Las Vegas.
Yeah.
It was the Eldorado. Now it's Las Vegas Days Parade, and it was just great to come out. Another beautiful day. For those who have been here for a minute, we call it Eldorado. It's like I have a hard time calling the Silver Bowl Sam Boyd.
Yeah.
Right, because it's always been the Silver Bowl to me, and so some things just gets kind of stuck.
Yeah, especially for those of us who've been here.
Yeah, but it was a great parade. Nice to see a lot of people came out, and a lot of kids out, and so it was great. They had a good turnout of participants, so it was fun.
The parade always takes place right around the founding of the city. The city's birthday is May 15th, 1905, and so the parade this year was May 14th, that Saturday, and that's the tradition behind it, is to celebrate our Western roots and the birth of the city.
Yeah, awesome. Great job.
So that's a lot of fun. And then, Councilman, I love this too. Education big on your priority list. You're involved with the group. There's always this confusion of what do I call 911?
Right.
Do I call 311? What's the difference? What's 211? What do you call for that? And so you were part of a program to help educate the community and to familiarize especially young people with the difference, right?
No doubt. And at VTech, Veterans Technical High School, they have a program that ties into our fire safety team and all of our dispatchers. And the kids are learning to go into that field. And it's a huge field. If you look at fire safety, you look at police, you look at all the different organizations that require dispatchers for emergency recalls, there's a huge, market for people who have that type of training. And so this was just meant to talk about when you call 911 for extreme emergencies and when you call 311 just to report something that's not a extreme emergency. That's part of the cohort of kids who are graduating from high school that have been going into working. And so it was really fun to meet with them and to talk with them and understand the difference and get that out there.
Yeah. Now, our own fire chief, Jeff Buchanan, was involved.
Yes.
And he had some interesting statistics. Every time someone calls 911 when they should have called some 311 or another number, that's going to take a unit potentially out of service. It's going to delay a unit that needs to come to a true emergency from getting there quicker.
Yeah.
And
it's so important. Some things we take for granted, but it's so important. They actually at the school have a whole classroom where they have set up for an actual dispatch center. And one of the areas that they have is actual physical backup for our dispatch, for our fire safety. So it's not only is there other training, it is an actual live backup facility for our dispatch here.
What people may not realize is that the city's fire dispatch handles the fire dispatch for the whole valley. And so it's so that we can coordinate units between North Las Vegas, the county, the city, et cetera. And so it's a very vital and critical function.
It is.
There's not 1,000 people working there. There's a certain number of folks. And so if you tie one of them up on what's a non-emergency, it can be a real problem for somebody who is having an emergency.
Yeah. And they dispatch all of our medical EMTs, as well as our ambulances that go out as well, and very, very important role. We sort of take it for granted.
We do.
Yeah.
And in fact, Councilman, to your point, you're spot on. Most of the calls that the fire department runs on are actually medical calls, not fires. The vast majority, something up around 90% of the calls they run on are medically related, not a fire. So.
Yep. So we work with the different, not only our own EMTs, but also the different ambulance services that are out there.
Right.
Medical response teams that are out there.
Well, school is coming to a close. As we talked about, graduation is here. The kids are going to be looking for something to do this summer.
Yeah.
So you posted this on Facebook. You said, thank you to our amazing sponsors and community supporters, Strong Future Las Vegas, City of Las Vegas, and others for helping host a Safe Summer Nights event for 994 students, family members, and teachers from the Clark County School District. So now, what was this all about, Councilman?
So Safe Summer Nights is a program that we work with the schools to kick off summer and to talk about being safe over the summer. Kids are not in school. They have a lot of idle time. So it's just an opportunity to say, hey, summertime's happening. Let's be smart, be responsible, enjoy, have fun. We're doing that. I was at J.T. McWilliams School. We've done it at Matt Kelly and other schools as well. But it's just to kick off the summer and to also show appreciation to the kids. We had pizza. We gave them, drinks, and just to kick off the summer.
That's a party right there.
It is. And I think our city team does great. Also, don't forget, if you're looking for work this summer, with the City of Las Vegas, check LasVegasNevada.gov. We have a number of jobs and opportunities. Potentially, you can come work with us for the summer. We are looking for lifeguards.
Oh, big time,
If you have trained and you're looking for work on a lifeguard, we need you. That is wide open, and I think a lot of kids and even adults who are looking maybe to do something part-time, or if this is your full-time gig, we need lifeguards.
We really do. We're short about 40 or so, and as a result, we've not been able to open all the pools fully because we don't have the people to staff the lifeguard stands. So it's really a vital thing. A requirement, you have to be able to swim. Now, that's the first thing, but if you can swim, then you have to be certified, but we'll teach you. We'll give you the class to get you certified so you can become a lifeguard.
That's important. We'll pay for the certification for you to get there. So you'll have that for the rest of your life.
Exactly.
And you can take that wherever you want to go. So I urge you to really get out. If you're looking for work, lifeguard is fantastic, out in the open and work with a lot of different people. Fantastic job. A lot of people have been lifeguards over the course of their life.
Yeah, famous people. It's a good gig, and we need folks. This has been one of the years where we've just all of a sudden, and of course it's not just us, it's a nationwide issue. People are just having a hard time, businesses of all types, trying to find people to fill different jobs. It's been a tough time.
I don't know if there's a root of why that is. Unemployment's about 5%, give or take, and across the state and across the country, give or take. But there's still a lot of jobs available. People are still shuffling hours, and businesses are not able to work to the full capacity, strictly for the fact that they don't have people to work.
I think we've experienced that. You go out to a restaurant or to a store or to one of our pools now. And we just don't have the staff. We just don't have the staff to do all the jobs.
And I think that people need to be patient when you do go out and you do receive the services that you think that you are not gonna at the caliber. I know the owners of businesses do not want that to be. They want to provide the ultimate service, but just be a little bit more patient with people who are working. Many of them who are working very hard. They're working double shifts. They're covering more tables, and maybe the table ratio was, 4 tables per server. Now maybe it's 6, 7 tables per server. So they're working a lot harder. So be patient and be kind to people.
I've really noticed that. The servers that we've had have been covering a lot of
They
turf.
have. Yes. So be patient with folk.
And we say that we need lifeguards. Let's say it again. We really need lifeguards.
We need lifeguards.
If you would like to be a lifeguard, the City of Las Vegas is really looking for you. It's good pay, and again, you have to be a swimmer. You have to be able to swim. That's first of all. but we'll help you get the certification to become a lifeguard.
Yes,
too,
yes, yes. So tune in, LasVegasNevada.gov. You can find all the information on our website.
Exactly. Just search jobs, and it'll be one of the first ones you'll see on there. So, Councilman, I want to tell everybody too. We don't want to forget moms. Mother's Day took place since you were on the show last. You posted this on Facebook. You said, "We spoiled some moms at the Doolittle Active Adult Center Mother's Day luncheon today," and always very sweet. You know. You and I, our moms are no longer with us, and so this is it's important that you celebrate mom while she's still with us. So
it is, and you know, glad I wish my mom was still around, as I mentioned earlier, and to see so many beautiful faces as you see smiles, and just taking a moment to recognize mothers is so important. In our Active Adult Center, Doolittle is one of the most active adult centers that we have.
It's a big crowd there,
in our ward. Cassandra does a great job of doing programming and different things, and so it was great to be there. A lot of fun, high energy, right? At that event, you saw him dancing, but a lot of fun. A lot of fun. You just don't go there just to sit around and eat some food and leave. No. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and things like that are going to keep those active adults active for a long time to come. That's
no doubt about it. No doubt about it. They are always great.
Councilman, is that an annual tradition? Have you guys been doing that, or is that the first one?
No. We've been doing it, and it's a lot of fun. And we, sponsor the luncheon and do some different things to try to help and bring them out. I think it's in my 4 years. It's hard to believe I've been on council 4 years.
I know.
But it's even grown in the last 4 years, and it's nice to see coming back out of COVID, to see people back and to see people engaging.
And that's a sign that obviously it's a good event when the numbers go up as opposed to down.
It is. And I think our active adult community not being as active over the past 2.5 years,
it's been rough.
Has really been tough.
Yeah.
You get so many people that this is their only time that they're able to get out and socialize with other people and to do different programmings and go on different field trips and do things with this group. So for a lot of reasons, it's great to be back and to have this event.
Yeah. Of course, COVID and the pandemic was tough on everyone, but the active adult group, that age group, there was so much concern about and the vulnerability of that age group that, boy, they didn't get to do much of anything for that time.
So and also, they were the most susceptible to get the virus, and we've known so many people that have succumbed to it, and that plays a cycle in someone's head, and so it's just great to be back around.
Good for you. Good for you. And then, Councilman, last but not least, we have an important event coming up on June 4th that we want to tell everybody about. Historic Westside Legacy Park. The next class of honorees will be inducted.
I tell you, what an amazing park, what an amazing collaboration with the county and Commissioner McCurdy. And, last year was the inaugural class where we honored 36 individuals that came into the park. And it's amazing. I think people didn't quite understand what we were doing at first, and then they saw it, and then they saw the celebration, and they saw the caliber of people who were inducted. And so many people now, we've got more applications than we did the first time. We narrowed it down to 23 individuals who are going to go into the park this year. The ceremony is going to take place on June the 4th. And I urge everybody to come out. It's a beautiful park. It's a beautiful event. And it honors such trailblazers in our community.
It's sort of a hall of fame of trailblazers in the community.
It is. And, it's every time I go there, and I go there often, we host kids there now. We've had groups come in and walk them to the park. And you look at the names of the people that are there. It just brings me back to some iconic individuals that did so much to build up our community.
Really encourage you, if you have not been out to the park, take a walk through. I guarantee you, if you've been in Las Vegas any length of time, you're going to know a lot of the names that are recognized.
Completely agree. There's a story to be told about each one of them. And I was blessed from being here and growing up here to have known many of those individuals and have my own stories to tell about a lot of things. Some people used to slap me on the back of the head, me and my brother at church, and say, y'all need to act up. This is back in the day. It didn't make a difference if your parents did it or not. You acted up at church, someone's going to come around and hit you in the back of the head. You boys need to straighten. You crib boys need to behave yourself.
Well, that's great. So June 4th, everyone. That's a Saturday. The ceremony really gets underway about 8:30. to beat the heat. But it's going to go on, of course, that whole morning from 8 to 12:30 that day. But hope you come out, and I know that it's a touching event because family members of those being inducted are there. It's a big deal. It's a big celebration.
Yes. And we'll also have live entertainment. We'll have, I think, pass hors d'oeuvres type of thing. It's a really classy event.
Yep. A lot of fun. A lot of fun. So I hope that people come out and take part in that. And Councilman, that brings us to the end of our show.
Already?
Yeah, I mean, man, we had a lot of stuff in there, so.
Wow.
We're going to tell everybody out there, hey, we always want to hear from you. So if there's something you'd like to share with Councilman Crew, you can find him on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. He's very active. You can also contact him by picking up the phone, 702-229-6405, or send him an email. His address is ccareer@lasvegasnevada.gov, and hear one of his great staff get right back to you. So
appreciate you, Mr. Riggleman, always. Great show.
Nice
Thank you to all the staff, and thank you to our camera crew who are running around today doing double duty, and our team in the booth.
We've got vacation time starting here,
Yes.
And, so we don't have a cast of thousands, but we make it work around.
We made it happen today, so thank you very much to our team.
They didn't miss a beat.
They did not. If I hadn't told you, you would have never known.
Exactly.
That's how great they are.
Exactly.
Yes.
Councilman, great job on your part. We'll see you back here in 6 weeks
Yes.
with another update from Ward 5. In the meantime, don't miss our next show on June 9th with Ward 1 City Councilman Brian Knutson. You can catch all of our KCLV shows on Apple TV, Roku, and Amazon Fire. Also, look for our QR code during the closing credits of this show to sign up for our newsletter. Don't forget, you can watch us live on the internet at kclv.tv. Thanks for joining us, everyone. We'll see you next time around.